What up, Eagles fans? I'm going to keep it all the way funky. I think we going to the Super Bowl, and this time, I think we going to win it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak about the game. First of all, before I get into all that, you know what I'm saying, this is Platinum Eagle Podcast. I'm your host, Platinum Eagle. I appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel. It certainly mean a whole lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I need to get up in them algorithms. I think a lot of people need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? If they love Philadelphia Eagles, if they love, football in general, I think they need to hear this because we don't keep it all the way funky like we always do. I'm going to talk about the game that we had a couple nights ago. It was a real good game, exciting against the Rams. We flew to LA, had to take care of business, a little business trip. You know what I'm saying? Light work that was. I'm going to talk about number one, Jalen Hurts. I loved his game. Threw for 303 yards, I believe it was. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, passer rating of 101.8. It dropped down a little bit from weeks ago, but, like I said, it's still really good. So I ain't gonna, Assalamu alaikum, Aki. How you doing? Alhamdulillah, about to make this video, bro. All right, I appreciate it. All right, now. So my neighbor over there, you know what I'm saying, Eagles fan is, well, no, he's still his fan. I'm sorry. You gonna see this when you gonna be like, get it right, Aki, get it right. Yeah, still his fan, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta see y'all in a few weeks, something like that. Nonetheless, so please excuse my diversion from the conversation, but we're gonna get back into it. So like I said, I don't expect Jalen Hurts to be perfect all the time. And for real, in my opinion, he really played a perfect game. No turnovers. You know what I'm saying? No, kept the ball on our side. And that's all you can pretty much ask for from your quarterback. Speaking of quarterbacks, Daniel Jones getting released from the Giants. I know a lot of people feel a little bit way about bringing him to Philadelphia, but I think he's still better than our number 2. Pickett, I ain't feeling that. So hopefully Jalen Hurts never get injured because we would be in trouble, for real. I'm going to be the first one to say it. I ain't got to say something that's obvious. We would be in trouble because, you can run your way through some games. I have yet to see a team run their way through a Super Bowl, but I believe if any team can do it, it's the Philadelphia Eagles team that we got right now. I'm going to get into Saquon Barkley in a few seconds, but, I'm just going to pretty much talk about Hurts a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He was. I love the way he was throwing the ball. He was throwing the ball with accuracy. A.J. Brown was his target because Devontae Smith was out. We missed you, Devontae Smith. But, of course, it was cool that we could say, hey, man, you just chill back this time. We got you. Just chill, man. Get right, get healed up, and we'll do the rest from right here. We're going to need you going forward. But right now, we got these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And we had them. They came out, the Rams, throwing the ball, running the ball at will. It started pretty good for them. I mean, at first I was like, oh, here we go again. We're going to go ahead and let them come in here and set the tone, and hopefully we don't have a hard time scoring. Well, that first drive, it was screeching halt on them, you know what I mean? Reason why, because we took the ball from them. Punched it out of the running back. I believe it was the running back. It landed on the ground. And we'll talk about the referees, too, acting like it was, we'll talk about the refs. We got plenty of time for this right here. It won't be too much of a long video, but I do want to go over some things. And I appreciate y'all time and patience with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day here in Texas. You know what I mean? The sky's all cloudy. I would show y'all, but, it ain't about the weather. It's about the Philadelphia Eagles right now. So he took off, Hurts that is, when necessary. So I appreciate the fact that, he had the awareness of when to go and when to stay and throw the ball. You know what I mean? So he knew when to go and when to throw. You know what I'm saying? He missed a couple of them, but everybody missed a couple of them. It's crazy all the hate that he get. The fact that he is a brother and he's doing his thing a little different than what everybody see a quarterback historically run their offense. He don't do it the same, but he still get results. The result is the win. That's all you need to worry about. People try to discredit Hurts with his rushing touchdowns, saying, first they try to say he's a running back. Now they try to discredit it because he's not throwing the ball in the end zone. He get touchdowns from throwing too. We already know that. I think he got 10, 11 of them, something like that, throwing the ball. And, I think he got 10 or 11 rushing the ball in the end zone. So my thing is, It doesn't matter how you get in the end zone, brother, as long as you get in the end zone. It don't matter how you win the game, brother, as long as you win the game. So I ain't knocking him for none of that. I would knock him if he was fumbling the ball and turning the ball over, because yeah, that, you deserve to get critiqued and criticized like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should be, held up when they up there failing their team like that, but he's not doing that. He came back and had the bye week. He's been a totally different quarterback. He's been the quarterback that we wanted to see from him and that we've grown to love out of number one, Jalen Hurts. So, Jalen Hurts, keep doing what you're doing, man. F all the detractors. Hey, it's fly Eagles fly and F the rest. They don't like us and we don't give up. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep it like that all the way funky for them. You know what I'm saying? So Saquon Barkley. I'm always going to talk about Saquon Barkley. Why? Because he gives me so much to talk about. This brother right here rushing for 255 yards. Got past, I think, 58 yards. A total of 300, I think it's 300-something yards. I ain't going to do the math. I think 30-something, you know what I'm saying? Between him and Hurts, they got 600-plus yards. Between him and Hurts, 600-plus yards. That's just, man, come on. Saquon Barkley is the best thing that happened to the Philadelphia Eagles here of late. But everybody want to give all the credit to Saquon Barkley. Like I said in the video that after we won, Saquon Barkley is benefiting from having such an offensive line that's strong, durable, if you will. And I think a lot of they durable. I mean, because I don't need no injuries. Not on the offensive line. We did suffer an injury with Jordan Mailata, and we had some scuffed up players from here and in, but we end up making it through, and hopefully we stay making it through. But nonetheless, that offensive line, Saquon Barkley ain't never seen gaping holes like that to run through. Not in his whole career. So that's mainly the reason. Because like I said, if you put him on a Giants team or a team with an offensive line that's not all that good, trust me, it's going to be a good Saquon Barkley because he's a really good player. But it's not going to be the same Saquon Barkley you see with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody who knows football, even if you hate it a little bit, you gotta admit that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't take rocket science to know that. So the O-line all season been doing their thing. You gotta love what you're seeing from the O-line if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Give Saquon a little bit of space and he'll do the rest. Or, oh my gosh, that stiff arm too was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like mushing cats in their face, get off me. You know what I'm saying? And then running for like 10 plus more yards. Sometimes even a touchdown. Them 70-yard touchdowns. Got two of them. 70-yard tubs. Two of them. On the same team. Against the same team, rather. Man. All I'm saying, and y'all gotta agree, and I don't need nobody's validation. I'm just telling you that Saquon Barkley is different with this offensive line that we got. Like I said, you can talk all you want about Saquon Barkley handling the team. You better give some credit to Howie Roseman. You better give some credit to that line that we got, that O-line we got. That's who you really need to start giving credit to. You can say Saquon Barkley running all you want, but just about any running back can run through our line, you know what I mean, and have a success. But you got to credit that O-line. Saquon Barkley is doing a great job, and he'll tell you himself, and he said it himself, a phenomenal job this season because of that O-line. It starts with the O-line. It starts with them big dudes up front, as we already know. But yeah, man, we got the balanced offense, you know what I mean, with the rushing and passing. So I'm loving the fact that we're sticking to the run. We're keeping the run the main thing, as Jalen Hurts would say. We're keeping the main thing. Why not take a lot of pressure off of Jalen Hurts and not having to necessarily have him put the team on his back every single week when you got a rushing attack like we got and you got an offensive line who promotes that rushing attack that we got and complement each other. Man, you can say what you want to say. I'm pleased with the way we've been running the ball. I'm so pleased with the way we've been running the ball, and we sticking to the run. And in previous years, even this year, believe it or not, we start running the ball, and we get like maybe 2 yards, 3 yards, and the play caller will stop going back to the run. I always say we're a run-first team. We're a run-first team. We have been for years. Since our offensive line been as great as it is, we've been a run-first team. And why not run? You're foolish not to run when you got guys that's willing to get in front of those big DBs and linebackers, and of course the defensive line, and make sure they open up the line for my man to run through. So rushing the ball, I keep saying, keep running the ball. That is a ticket to success for for the Philadelphia Eagles. Not every team can say that, but we can. So while we can, run the ball. Keep running the ball. So I'm giving Nick Sirianni his flowers. I beat him up sometimes. Not because I want to, because I want the team to succeed all the time. So I get at Sirianni when I think that we need to get at Sirianni. Right now, I'm on a team. I gotta keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Man, whatever y'all been doing, except my only critique, like I said, is in the first half of the game. First half of the game, sometimes I don't know what I be seeing. It's a total night and day from what we see in the second half. And we don't always have to be like that. Just keep the formula. Fangio's been running his defense, and it's crazy how up to speed everybody is on his defense. They've been attacking opposing offenses, and they've been having great success. It's actually earlier than I thought it would be. I was hoping it would look like this right here, right now, but it's happening right before our eyes every single week, every single game. We're going to get into the referees for a minute, though. The phantom defensive pass interference against Slay. The phantom pass interference against Zay Rodgers. Like Slay, touched. The videos I have on here are from the, from the replay. They're not going to show you all the miscues on the referee's part because they don't want you to believe that the game is rigged through officiating, allegedly. So I wanted to show y'all that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if I get the all 22 on some later videos, I might go ahead and start implementing that into that. And I don't think they even show you on the all 22. I think they want to keep all that a secret because, they want to make sure that everybody is kind of silent or blind, if you will, to what really goes on behind the scenes with that officiating crew and the officiating crews. Even when we made them fumble the ball the first time on the first drive that the Rams had the ball. The crazy thing about that was the referee was looking like he was disgusted, when he actually gave us the ball back. It was a fumble recovery by the Philadelphia Eagles. His face expression looked like he had dookie in his mouth, and he did not want to say that. He like his face expression just showed it all. And I already knew what kind of energy we was gonna have that game. And you think I want to talk about the referees all the time. I don't, I really don't. They give me the outlet, and I wish I can just make videos about other than the referees, because don't nobody come to see you, Otis. Nobody care about y'all, you know what I mean? So, but that's just a little bit. Them calls was putrid. Them calls was trash. You know what I'm saying? You can get some dudes in there that just be fair, man. I just want to see fair games. I know betting and Vegas and all that stuff, but here's the thing: you can actually show games, or you can actually have the players play the games straight without any interference with the referees or officiating, and it still can be the same type of result in gambling in Vegas or wherever else they gambling at. Again, I don't gamble, so I don't be into all that. But yeah, going back to like Jordan Mailata, I think they got a hold on Jordan Mailata, which was trash. And I'm not just saying it because I'm an Eagles fan. We did have some holds in the game that I have to say, I have to admit that was holding or that was pass interference, yeah. But the ones I'm calling out are not those. And I'm not expecting the referees to be perfect. But all I'm saying, just get it right, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you see it wrong, get it right. And I am fortunate and I'm thankful that when they actually looked at and reviewed that fumble, they said, okay, you know what I mean? We gonna get it right. We gonna get the ball to the Philadelphia Eagles. They did get the ball. Like I said, AJ Brown inbounds, 1, 2, 3 steps inbounds. Then the ball comes out, and they're gonna say initially that the ball was out of bounds. But bro, how can you call that? Matter of fact, just wait for a second and then look at the review, or even just say the previous play is under review, and then review it, and then you can get the right call. But don't make a judgment before you even know what happened, especially if you didn't see it, because obviously if it didn't happen, you didn't see it. And then the Landon Dickerson, this is the last one I'm talking about. The Landon Dickerson, it was a late shove. This happens every game. Almost every game, the players get a little bit, testy, if you will, and they push on each other. You know what I mean? He shoved him. It was a hard shove. He didn't fall to the ground. Since he didn't fall to the ground, it really should have been a unsportsmanlike conduct. If that's unsportsmanlike, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct call in every single game. Shoot, we have them against us all the time. Cats get chippy all the time and want to push on us. You know what I'm saying? But if we push back, that's usually when they call the penalty. So, man, they just got to get it right, man. They got to get better. They got to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And that's my word. They got to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? But A.J. Brown, speaking of which, that was a touchdown. And I love to see it because A.J. Brown is one of them ones. He ended up getting 109 yards receiving, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was doing his thing. He was in his bag. Like I said, it was the fact that, Devontae Smith was out the game. So my man A.J. Brown, just like Smitty in A.J. Brown's absence, A.J. Brown in Smitty's absence, stepped up and made sure that we wasn't going to have no drop-off. I'm the guy to come to. I'm the guy to throw the ball to. You know what I'm saying? So Hurst got in the ball. He was very effective getting the ball. I don't think he even dropped the ball, A.J. Brown, in his game. So, he and the yards after, the yak was crazy. The yak was crazy. A.J. Brown ain't the fastest guy in the NFL, but he's real fast. He's real strong and physical. You know what I'm saying? And he made sure he made the best of every single opportunity he had to get the ball that night. So I loved it. Keep it up, Philadelphia Eagles. Keep it up. Your boy Platinum Eagle be loving every bit of it. I be pissed off at the referees, so I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? But I be loving every single bit of what we doing against the ops. Anytime we face off. It's gonna be a big game with Baltimore this week. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna make another video probably tomorrow, if no later than Friday, you know what I'm saying? So we have, Turkey Day and all the other stuff this week. I should have plenty of time. Our coaching is doing the right thing. Sirianni's doing, the right thing. He's getting the guys up to play the game. First half is a little lackluster, but other than that, they play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Kellen Moore is doing what Kellen Moore is supposed to be doing, what we hired him to do, and I'm glad they let him do what we hired him to do because, man, we already know what a real good coordinator could do for your team last season when we didn't have it. But Devontae Smith, man, get well. We're going to need you. We're going to need you going forward. The games, we got a couple games between the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers. I think that's going to be the hardest games we have to play. Washington, I don't know about them. I thought they was a good team. I said it last week. It was a good team. They play good sometimes. Let's put it that way. Because against the Cowboys, that was a crazy game. Them boys assed out. Them boys gave the ball up. Them boys was not trying to play against Dallas. I don't know what it is about other teams, Eagles sometimes included. When they play against Dallas, man, they sometimes fold up. I hate to see it, man, because they ain't nobody special. Even when they have better teams, they still ain't nobody to really be fearing. You know what I mean? If you don't believe me, ask me, are they the same team they were 30 years ago? There you go. Hopefully, as far as the injuries, our guys be back pretty soon. BG, I got to talk about BG. Man, BG, he's the heart and soul, if you will, of that Philadelphia Eagles defense. He just is. I love to see him go out with a bang. Hopefully he'll come back next year if he's up to it. I like to see looking like he did this season. This season, he looked like he was putting it all on the field. But yeah, he got a torn bicep, I think, torn bicep or tricep, and he'll be out for the rest of the season. So we'll miss him, just like we'll miss Devontae Smith. So hopefully he'll come back, of course. We got Covey back. He didn't do really much in the game. And who else is injured for us? Oh yeah, Josh. I'll say Josh Huff. Josh Huff is the last dude. I keep wanting to call that man Josh Huff. But you know what I'm saying, Huff. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the dude's name. You know what I'm saying? The reason why, because he ain't really did a whole lot for us this season. But he does, in that defensive line, they do get a lot of pressure. They do get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So I gotta love that. But yeah, he's out. Huff is. And like I said, we just like to see all our guys come back healthy. I'm loving the fact that Jake the Make Elliott was back to his normal form and making them field goals. He wasn't missing no field goals. And, other teams, speaking of which, field goals around the league, I can make a part 2 this week. It wasn't as brutal as last week, but it was pretty bad. There was a lot of missed field goals nonetheless. Even the Rams missed one against us, but I'm glad it wasn't us. So I didn't make a video and won't make a video because it didn't affect the Philadelphia Eagles. I had to make one last week because Jake Elliott had missed 3 of them for 7 points taken off the board. So, it involved the Philadelphia Eagles, hence the reason why I made the video in the first place, not to laugh at the kickers because them guys, say what you will about the kickers, it's not easy to kick a field goal. If it was, everybody be kicking them and everybody be getting paid for kicking field goals. I was even trying to get my son to kick field goals when he get older, perhaps, you know what I mean? They got a longevity career, and again, if they really good at kicking field goals, they can make a career out of it. So it's not a bad thing for them to do. The Philadelphia defense was all over Stafford's head. Pause. Stafford, you know what I'm saying? He was nervous. Yeah, he started off pretty good, but he was nervous. He got sacked twice by Milton Williams. BG got a sack in there. I think he got a sack, if not two of them. It's not a sack and a half. A sack and a half or two of them. But BG got him. And BG was very, very disruptive. Speaking about BG again, Brandon Graham. You know, Brandon Graham, you know, I'm going to have to get one of his jersey before he retire. You know what I mean? You know, I love his off-field, you know, personality. I love, you know, the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he seemed like a real down-to-earth individual. You know, he lived a married life, love his kids, you know what I'm saying? You can tell by the conversation, love his wife. You know, like I said, BG one-on-ones, on and off the field. He'll definitely be missed if he retires this year. He's definitely going to be missed throughout the year, as I digress back to that. N'Kobe Dean ended up getting a sack on Stafford. Like I said, Stafford was I mean, he was all over the place, man. You know, at first, when he first came out, he looked like the Stafford who won a Super Bowl. But we had to mitigate that and put that light out real quick, extinguish it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did to him. So, you know, Puka Nacua, though, I got to give credit where credit is due. And I knew this before they played us. He one-on-ones. You know what I mean? I think he'll have a long career in the NFL. You know, them little skinny guys, our deep, like Slay and Zay Rogers, he took them for a ride. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it's no knock on they play. They covered very, very well. It was just the fact that when it comes to tackling them, they couldn't really tackle them that well. But my man Cooper DeJean, he contained them very well when he came in the game. So it was really good to see him come in the game, and there was a change in the way Puka Nacua was moving, because he was moving the ball really effectively, and he was catching the ball. He's very, very effective and very reliable source to throw the ball to. Slay, he had a concussion. You know, I knew he was a little bit dazed when he looked at the camera when the camera was on him, and they were trying to stand him up. I knew that he was a little bit dazed because, you know, his eyes were kind of you know, weary, if you will. And, you know, he stood up a little slow. He didn't want to stand up at first. So, again, prayers up to all the injured Philadelphia Eagles out there, you know what I'm saying? And even across the league. Like I said, I hate to see y'all get injured. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all put y'all bodies on the line, and I appreciate it because it's really exciting football when the referees ain't involved so much. Josh Sweat as well, you know what I'm saying? He did get a sack. So Josh Sweat got a sack. You know, he came out of the game for a minute, so he scared us a little bit as well. So, yeah, it's just like, and anytime we go to Rams, like Carson Wentz even, when in 2017, I remember the date, December 10th, 2017, playing against the Rams, that touchdown, and he came and threw touchdown, he came back and threw a 2-point, it was a penalty on that play, so he had to back up, and he ended up throwing a touchdown after that. So, but yeah, on a torn ACL, so it seemed like always when we go to Rams, it's always something crazy, like some freak accident and stuff like that happened to us. This next game, like I said, it's gonna be a thriller, I think, because we got two similar style quarterbacks, you know, who can run the ball, who can pass the ball. But again, we'll go over that here in a little bit. I'm ending up with the conversation with the Chiefs. It's not a Philadelphia Eagles thing related, but the Chiefs, man, they kind of looking like a regular team right now. They kind of looking like we did last season. You know what I'm saying? They winning games, don't get me wrong. We was winning games. I think we was 10-1. They 9-1. I think they 9-1, 10-1. They ain't 10-1. Anyway, they look like we did. We was winning games from the skin of our teeth. Now, I understand this is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes usually, and his team usually turn it up a lot more during, you know, the postseason. Regular season is kind of like they in a sleeper or in a stupor or something like that. But as soon as that postseason come, that's when they really show up. So they the champions right now. So I can't talk too much about it. I just want to bring it up because it's in relation to what we looked like last season. It's kind of like a reminder of that Super Bowl hangover. We didn't get it done. They did. And when we came back the next year, it just seemed like something wasn't right. And it seemed like something ain't right. Now, the defense is better than ours was last season. I will say that. You know what I mean? The Chiefs' defense is better than ours was last year by light years. But, you know, saying the offense, it seemed like they're a little stagnant. Now, like I said, I watched the game, and they kind of look like the Eagles did last season. And if we are able to go to the Super Bowl and we play against them, there's no doubt in my mind that we get it done this time. I know, Dad, you like Mahomes, but we getting this done. We getting this done, Lord willing. So that's pretty much it. I thank y'all so much for watching. Sorry to take up a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying, but I definitely appreciate y'all. And hey, I like to hear some comments every once in a while too. Appreciate you, Jess. You always hook me up with some comments. But hey, I want some comments, you know what I'm saying? I want to see what y'all thinking. If I'm saying something wrong, or y'all think it's wrong, or disagree, or even agree, let me know about it. You know what I'm saying? I might as well start getting hooked up for the conversations. You know what I'm saying? I read them. Ain't much to read right now, but you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, inshallah, that'll change because, like I said, I want to hear what y'all gotta say about some things. You know what I mean? You know, it's you know, we love football, and that's what I do. I talk football, so I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to get to all y'all as far as, you know, what y'all said on the comment section. Fly Eagles Fly, Platinum Eagle Podcast. We outro.